Campus Tour crew, welcome back everybody here on our journey to get a win with every single team in College Football 27 Road to the College Football Playoff game mode. Today visiting Old Rocky Top, the Tennessee Volunteers, courtesy of Rick Rude here on YouTube. Shout out to Rick Rude just in general, fantastic old-timey wrestler, used to airbrush the face of his opponent's wives on his tights. He might have only done that once, but it was a fantastic time. Anyway, if there's a team you guys want to see here on the campus tour sooner rather than later, make sure to let me know about it down in the comments. There'll be a pinned comment showing every team that's been requested. Essentially, what our current schedule is. I will move some things around for teams or games I want to talk about with college football season actually starting. But to the right of that, all the available teams that still need to be requested. So anybody you want to see, make sure to let me know about it. A couple quick self plugs before we get into it with Tennessee #1 for our online Dynasty channel. OMT Dynasty, put the link right up there for you. We're over there, we run a 32 user online Dynasty, also group of 6 teams, 2 stars or below. You see all of our games with Western Kentucky, and most weeks we do a game of the week, the best game that happened between 2 other users in that Dynasty. Sunday, I really had to think about that one for a second. Should be around the same time our last regular season game is going to be coming out over there. We're currently 6-0 in our refactored, that's not a word, remanufactured, put together Sunbelt Conference, and been having a great time over there. Quick plug number 2 for the memberships here on the channel. The Campus Tour crew starts at just $5 a month, by far the best way to help support the channel, plus gets you a little early access to videos like this one. So let's get into it with Tennessee. Now, first thing first, I am so unbelievably happy that I waited until Thursday to record this video. I waited until the roster update before week 0 because Tennessee announced their starting quarterback, but he wasn't in the game until the day I'm recording this, as of a couple days ago from when you guys are seeing this, and he might be the best quarterback in the game. He is certainly way up there. So we're going to go over the playbook of Tennessee. A lot of veer and shoot, but actually some really good non-veer and shoot stuff in there too. But first, let's just go take a look at the depth chart, starting with that quarterback. And Faison Brandon. Now, they didn't give like any of the new players any abilities. It doesn't matter with this guy, okay? 6'4", 225 freshman, coming in as an 80 overall, 88 speed, 87 agility, 91 acceleration. Just right off the rip, already love this guy, but wait, there's more. It's like I'm in an infomercial here. You thought that was it, but wait, one more call within the next 15 minutes, you'll get that speed on top of 96 throw power. I don't know where exactly that rates him in terms of all the quarterbacks in this game, but that has got to be way up near the top. And what I think, going back to the online Dynasty for a second, we have like a 72 overall quarterback, but he's unbelievable. And I think it's because he has a higher throw power than just about every other quarterback in the online Dynasty. I think throw power, very important this year. So having that 96 throw power, his accuracy's not the best, but really not the worst. 79 short, 84 medium, 84 deep. That's all fine enough, but it's the 96 throw power combined with this speed and with this size. In my opinion, a potential new quarterback one like in this entire game, even despite him only being an 80 overall, he's gonna miss a few throws, 100%, but he's making up for it with getting out and making some plays with his legs, like we will see in our gameplay here coming up. This guy, unbelievable, 100% worth the wait. Just make sure we could use Faison Brandon as our quarterback. At halfback, we're going to have Deshaun Bishop, 90 overall, 89 speed contact seeker, gold ball security, backlash, and downhill. You do not want to be getting in this man's way. And in a veer and shoot type of offense, that guy's going to work just fine for us. At wide receiver now, we'll have 93 speed Braylon Staley, 94 speed Mike Matthews, 91 speed TK Keys. So not like the top of the line speed we're hoping to see, but for tier 2 team, we can get by with a 93, a 94, and a 91, especially with the abilities these guys have. Having a 93 speed with cutter, very good. So we'll take what we can get at wide receiver. It's definitely much more about the quarterback and the halfback here, really, of Tennessee. At tight end, we are going to have Ethan Davis, 50-50, 6'5", and 83 speed. That'll do just fine for us. At left tackle, we have a screen enforcer quick drop on David Sanders. Wendell Moe Jr. At left guard, all sorts of abilities on this 90 overall. Ground and pound second level on our center. Pocket shield second level on our right guard. Workhorse second level on our right tackle. Do you think this offensive line was built to run the ball? I don't think we've seen any offensive line quite like this one up to this point. And combine it with that quarterback and the playbook we're about to talk about, and we can get pretty nasty here with this Tennessee squad. At corner, we're going to have Kayan K and Lee on one side, 92 speed jammer blanket coverage, 92 speed on the other side, Isaiah Harge. Well, you know, they're a little bit shorter, but 92 speed, we can live with that. Nobody's perfect. Up at free safety, 90 speed, 6'1", TJ Metcalf, strong safety, 90 speed, 6'2", DeJuan Lane. So it's nice. At least we got a little bit of height in our safeties when we're not really going to have them at corner. Now, defensive line, we really don't have much this year with Tennessee. I talk about it a little bit in the game, but that's what I really liked about this Volunteers team, especially back in College Football 25. The defensive line was dominating. It was unreal how good this defensive line was. Still solid, just no great abilities up there for us. Now at sub linebacker, we've got Mr. Carter here, who, if I remember right, is suspended for their first game because he took something and then reimbursed it, and they still suspended him, and he's gotten appealed down and down. And I think it's at a 1-game suspension now, which is ridiculous in this day and age. It really wasn't even worth a lot. I gotta look it up really quick. Yeah, so Carter considered entering the NFL draft, accepted a $427 plane ticket from an agent during the process that he paid back, and then ended up getting suspended. They've appealed it down to 1 game. He's only going to miss the game against Furman, but still absolutely ridiculous. We were so close to having people that were in NFL camps coming back and playing in college. Luckily, they put a stop to that, but they were still going to suspend this guy for a $400 flight that he paid back. There's no rhyme or reason to anything in college football right now, but the games are still going to be a lot of fun to watch. Oh yeah, and with this coming out on Sunday, our first video post week 0, obviously I'm recording this before week 0, but my picks, so in the Discord, which is probably something I should call out more, link for that's down in the description, we do a pick'em for every week up through conference championship week. So we can all laugh together when I'm horribly wrong on these, but I got TCU beating North Carolina, Virginia beating North Carolina State, North Dakota State in the debut of the Fargo Dome, going to take down Jacksonville State. Eastern Michigan's going to beat Sacramento State. Sacramento State, I think, is going to be horrible. Hawaii takes down Stanford. Our Hawaiian king, the prince who was promised, Micah Alhado, leading Hawaii to the promised land, and ULV beating Memphis. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but my picks are in. I feel pretty good about them. Anyway, let's just focus back on our last position to go over, our second sub linebacker, Amari Campbell. Again, aftershock hammer, wrap up, 85 speed. If we have good linebackers to put in these spots, great. Help against that run game that's so nasty in the game this year. Then Ty Redmond is going to be our slot corner, 6'3", with that bronze knockout. So let's go over this Tennessee playbook, and we're going to kind of split it into 2 sections here, veer and shoot and non-veer and shoot, because I do think they have some really good, just kind of more standard formations in here as well, plus some nasty veer and shoot things. We'll mainly focus on the formations I use when it comes to the veer and shoot. One of those is going to be wide. This is pretty much my default formation when I come out in a veer and shoot playbook. We're going to come out in a run play, something like quick base or inside zone. Since we have a slower running back, you could do quick base for sure. Then if we have 5 in the box, great. We're just keeping that as a run. If they have 6 in the box, then we're going to adjust and audible into one of our passes. Now in the Tennessee version of gun wide, we have this RPO alert QB draw with something like the quarterback that we got here. Anytime we can try to use his legs is going to be pretty dang good for us. So that's our general game plan with some veer and shoot stuff. We go to some wide. I've never liked wide stack. The stack really throws me off there a little bit. And this wide trips, because in here we actually have a power read, and with our guys being out close to the sideline in these wide formations, I think the power read actually works really well out of a formation like this. You have a halfback mid draw, you got some read options, speed options, different ways to try to use the legs of our quarterback here. And you got a lot of options here in the wide 5 wide of Tennessee. You actually have a QB trap, which I don't remember ever seeing this run before. A trap run with your quarterback seems kind of interesting, but we also just have a standard QB blast. We also have a bubble QB draw RPO. We also have just a QB draw. So we got a lot of different ways to get out and use the legs of our quarterback, which we absolutely love. But overall, I think this wide 5 wide with Faison Brandon is an unbelievable combination, and with the skill positions that Tennessee has. Slot choice smash, scissors, all just kind of the stock pass plays. You really don't need to do a ton. There are some option routes, so if that's not really your thing, maybe you're not going to love this, but I really like the looks of the wide 5 wide with this Tennessee team. So wide 5 wide trips, and regular wide. Essentially, all we're going to be doing veer and shoot wise here with Tennessee. But let's take a look at some of their other formations here, because I only called veer and shoot in this game. And it is a shorter game, so we can go over this a little bit more. Like this Y off trips, you got another speed option. That shot Y wheel looks like a really interesting play. Against a lot of zones and a lot of match coverages, you'd have your halfback wide open right underneath there. ISO Y insert, I love those runs in the game this year. You got an outside zone run, some different play actions. Of course, you have the read Y flat. That's a Y off trip staple. A duo run in here too, a zone toss, a fake toss. Really good looking Y off trips here actually. For Tennessee. But the ones I was really interested in is over here. These actually next 4. We have a trips tight end offset weak, a bunch strong offset, a bunch X nasty, and a bunch strong nasty. So if we are on the road, we don't want to have to worry about audibling and hot routing and doing certain things that I like to do out of the veer and shoot set. We don't have to run veer and shoot here with Tennessee at all. You got a nice looking trips tight end offset weak. You got that verticals play that I love. You got the read Y corner. You got some interesting looking plays in there. Duo runs. Always love to see duo runs. Those are just all really good. That red zone PA crossers looks pretty interesting. You get a nice RPO in there too. So a really, really solid looking trips tight end offset week here for Tennessee. Some different play actions, some different fun things in there. Now, how's their bunch strong offset? I do love me a gun bunch strong offset, but it's got to have some certain plays in here that I feel like Tennessee might not have. Kind of like San Jose State. They have a bunch strong offset, but they don't have any of the good passes out of there. And that's kind of what it's looking like here with Tennessee. Yeah, we have none of the good passes we want, but that weak flood still has some potential. You could just throw B on a streak, and it sets up very similar to the dagger play that we like to do out of bunch strong offset. We don't have corner strike, we don't have flood, but we do have an RPO. We have a couple different RPOs, some designed quarterback runs, the pin pull toss. So still some good things in here, just missing a couple of the pass plays that really I like to see in a bunch strong offset, but still looks pretty solid. Now, bunch X nasty. Never been my favorite bunch formation, but I do like seeing some more designed quarterback runs. You got a QB sweep going over to the weak side there. If they're running a lot of man coverage, you're good shot. You're going to have some good numbers going out to that right-hand side. We got 2 plays with our halfback sneaking from the right over to the left flat. Always a good thing to have. And then you can just kind of audible your way around from there. But only the 9 plays in bunch X nasty. But it's got a lot of the things that we like. The quick flat on A in that red zone PA over double post. You got the inside zone run, a designed QB sweep, an RPO, another quick flat, and the halfback sneaking over to the left flat. Not bad, not bad. I would like if we could have a running back going to the right flat quickly as well, but that's fine. Let's see their bunch strong nasty now. We got a quick base, double post, doesn't look too bad. Got some different motion things going on. Okay, not the greatest bunches in the world. See, like that mesh flat spot, that's gonna be a good quick throw potential to your halfback over there. Then PA bunch shot, they're winning me over here a little bit. So not the best bunches, but just to have it as a mix in it, just to have it as something else we can throw at our opponent, and when they're expecting all the wide, all the veer and shoot things, I like having that as an extra wrinkle in here. So tight slots, this is also in the Rutgers playbook. I'd never really loved it, but this one I feel like doesn't look too bad. You had some different, yeah, it's a lot of play action passes, but you have the mesh, the all goes not bad in there. You have 2 quick flats there on stick. You got another quick flat on that wide receiver stick out, which that actually works really well with that zig route X is on. And that drive switch looks like a really nice just quick snap. Your halfback's actually kind of swinging out to the opposite side, but that deep post on B I think has some good potential. You have a halfback draw. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And then you've also got a bunch quads open, which is just a nasty formation. This would actually, if you wanted to run Tennessee and just kind of want to get nasty with them, this bunch quads open is probably the best formation with phase on at quarterback. Mix in the QB blast, the halfback screen, or just do the RPO Q screen draw. Depending on where your numbers are at, and I think you could do some nasty things with this Tennessee team in bunch quads open. So in pistol, we do have some other formations here: full house over close and a Y off trips. You got some single back ace close and a little power eye tight hiding down here as well. So really a little bit of everything in this Tennessee playbook: the veer and shoot, the non-veer and shoot, some under center stuff. Some interesting wrinkles added to the Tennessee offense here this year, but the biggest wrinkle of all is that quarterback. So let's get it to our game and see how he can do. And here we are in old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Against MGO Blue, I have a guess for what team we're going to be going up against here with a name like that. Okay. Threw me for a loop right off rip here. I thought for sure we'd be going up against Michigan, but it is the BYU Cougars coming to Knoxville, taking on the Volunteers. God, I'm glad I waited till this roster update. Hoping to have a good time with this Tennessee quarterback. Now let's get into it. Can we start on defense just for once in my godforsaken life here? Honestly, with Tennessee, though, no, of course we don't. I did kind of want to start on offense anyway, considering what we got here with the Volunteers. Let's get to it. And I gotta say, I like the looks of their 5-wide receiver. I'm sure that's a thing we went over in the intro and everything, but this is a really solid looking formation for me. I'm not sure what plays we want to go to out of here quite yet, but there's some things in here I like the looks of, especially with the speed we have with Mr. Brandon in that backfield. Let's see. He is going to be running some press. Let's see what's going to get open for us here. X just wide open. And what a start. What a start for face on Brandon. Wide open. Walk-in touchdown. Overthrown right off the rip. Okay. Not the best start. How about let's test his legs out here. Maybe that throw power just got a little bit too high. But that speed and that quickness. Okay, maybe we just needed to run with the guy. He didn't want to show off his arm too early. Instead, he's just going to take it and run it himself for the 75-yard touchdown. Should have had a touchdown on the first play. We'll take one on our second. Welcome to College Football 27. This Tennessee quarterback. My goodness. We do have a 4-2-5 defense here with Tennessee, so we'll give that a shot. Start off with some 3 high. Just a little Tampa 2 to get our game started here, see if our boys can get in there. Now, what I always liked about Tennessee so much in the past, their defensive line was so good there for years. Definitely not as good this year, but I still think it is going to do just fine for us. So gun spread halfback weak. Let's throw a little match his way, just a little cover 4 quarters. Be keeping match here, move Carter. We'll get down on Metcalf. So if number 7 goes vertical, that's kind of our number one thing we're going to have to watch here. I'm actually going to get on Lane now that he just motioned him across. I'm going to go for an RPO. It kind of looked like our outside corner. He was trying. He was trying to fight his way through there. Try a little cover 9 and going to come down here with Metcalf. He is going to go with a pass. He's going to have that halfback open if he wants it. And go for that comeback and time that well because our outside corner wasn't giving him much room. But yeah, Tennessee in real life this year. I mean, I certainly like the addition of this quarterback. I think that is going to help them out quite a bit. I'm not sure what to expect from them, though. I feel like, they lose so much talent every year, but the schedule sure sets up nice for them, you feel like. Jumped right down here, and there's that defensive line, though, of Tennessee. There they are. The defensive line was insane in 25. But I was just looking at their schedule. It seems like all their hardest games they're going to get at home, which is a huge advantage for Tennessee. Their hardest road game being at Texas A&M, which is by no means an easy game, but I'm not super high on Texas A&M this year. I feel like they got away with some things last year that they probably shouldn't have. Stick with that. I was trying to switch over to watch that streak out there on the right. So I'm not super high on A&M this year. I don't love Marcel Reed. And if that's going to be your toughest road game, I kind of like how things are setting up for Tennessee to be a sneaky team in the SEC this year. I don't even know how sneaky they really are, to be honest. I don't know if there's been too much talk about the Tennessee Volunteers here in the preseason, but just from looking at their schedule and knowing what kind of talent this team's always going to have. Went to a 3 double cloud there and 14. Are we okay there, buddy? Watching those comebacks. Yeah, knowing the type of talent they typically end up having, wouldn't be shocked at all to see Tennessee sneak their way up those polls here this year and put together a solid season. I'm going to guess pass here. I'm going to go with an El Paso stunt. He's been trying to run with Bachmeier, so hopefully this can be able to whip our way around here. We're going to switch right up here to Lane. I mean, just nowhere to go here. I thought he might squeeze that in there. I'm going to be honest. I thought there was a decent chance. It wasn't going to let me react to that in time. But also, just with Tennessee back in this game, you do have a lot of good non-veer and shoot things. Since we're at home, I am going to stick a little bit more in an actual veer and shoot type offense here, so we can audible, we can move some different things around. But here he's got 6 in the box, so... Oh, I never set our audibles. Ooh. Well, that's a problem. We're just going to have to snap this and hope for the best. Take right in that spot right over there. Take it to our guy Keys. I mean, oh, scoop it up 14 anyway. Good work. Now I totally lost my train of thought. But yeah, we're just going to run some more standard veer and shoot things here. Just let those blocks set up a little bit. Go on with number 18. Wiggle our way through there and pick up that first down. Good job, Deshaun Bishop. Should we try to... I mean, I do know we have a QBR. Let's try a power read. A wide trips power read. I was just going to say, I do know we have a QB RPO in that wide set. This is just got to go to Bishop. Oh, and hold that block out there for me, 14. Good job. Now one. Oh, my goodness. We got demolished on that hit. But still, good job of the boys. Pick up that first down. Should we just go... I'm so tempted to just go right back. This QB run out of 5 wide. I do want to test his arm a little bit here, though. Let's try slot choice smash. And I think we're just going to kind of run this as is. I don't hate the idea of, like, Staley coming across on a drag here either. And he's going to try to contain himself. And he's just not going to be able to. And then we can just lay that one right over the top there. And then cut our way around with Staley. Right back on into that end zone. He was a little too fast. We weren't worried about that underneath guy. At least, you know, that pass, Brandon was able to hit just fine. Let Staley go do the rest of the work. Tennessee up a quick 14-0. I am certainly much more interested to watch Tennessee now that they did make this 5-star freshman their quarterback in real life. I think there's a lot of fun potential to be had. I just absolutely bagged by cover 4 there. It's just more fun, if nothing else. Let the guy get in there, let him develop a little bit, see what he can do, and see what happens from there. I love the idea, and I'm very excited. I'm much more excited to watch a Tennessee game now. Oh, Bear Bachmeyer, brother, that's what you get for wearing 47. I'm much more excited to watch a Tennessee game now than I was before. That much is for certain. I mean, I feel like I should just keep match. Let's go 3 double cloud, because he might try another comeback route, so we want our cloud flats out there. Oops. We can be on Carter, that's fine. Or he's just going to go right to 29. Just right to where the cloud flat is again anyway. Goodness gracious. Tennessee putting it on BYU in this one. And the connection to your peer has been lost. That is a win for the Tennessee Volunteers. And I feel like, what more do we need to say about this team and about this quarterback? He is going to be one of the most fun quarterbacks to use in Road to the College Football Playoff, in any sort of dynasty. This guy is going to be unbelievable. We saw, I mean, I was going to say we saw both sides, but we did kind of horribly overthrow that one interception. Or what should have been a touchdown, very first play of the game, wide open. His accuracy's not going to be the best, but the guy's got an absolute cannon arm. And then right at the play directly after that, 75-yard touchdown, those quick cuts, getting to the outside, easy peasy. Unfortunately, I don't really have time to do another one with Tennessee right now. But that is certainly a team, and that is certainly a quarterback I am very, very interested in coming back to in the future. Especially if he actually does well in real life this year and they start upping his accuracies and upping his overall a little bit, he's going to be undisputed best quarterback in the game. From what we've used, he's certainly up there right now. And just selfishly, so he does get better in this game, I'm going to be rooting for Tennessee this season for sure. At least rooting for that quarterback. Let's go Volunteer. So it's a quicker gameplay one, but I still hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time for the Maryland Terrapins. Until then, take it easy.